Mila Kunis has allegedly moved out of the home she shares with Ashton Kutcher because she is aware of the fact that horrible information about Ashton and Diddy together, as well as video footage of the two of them together, is about to be released.
Mila Kunis, his wife for almost 10 years, has filed for divorce, and the reason she is doing this is because she found some pretty disturbing tapes involving Ashton Kutcher and Diddy.
Anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, like actually cycling through
Ashton Kutcher and Diddy's friendship didn't follow the typical Hollywood route. It had an unexpected start. Their bond dates back to the early 2000s, when Ashton was working on the prank show *Punked*. Ashton revealed that Diddy reached out to him at the height of *Punked*'s popularity with one clear message: "Don't punk me." This bold request marked the beginning of their friendship. Known for his larger-than-life personality, Diddy was so serious about not being pranked that he made sure to get on Ashton's radar. During an appearance on the Hot Ones show, Ashton explained how their relationship grew from that initial encounter. What began as a conversation about *Punked* eventually turned into regular hangouts. Ashton shared that their time together wasn't just limited to parties or industry events. They also spent time together outside the Hollywood circle. One memorable story he shared involved a run they took together, offering a glimpse into Diddy's competitive nature.
Became fast friends, and we used to just hang out and watch football together. And he came over, and I was like, I'm going for a run. He was like, oh, I'll go for a run with you. So he comes over to go for a run. About halfway through the run, he's like, yo, I'm running out of gas right now. But we had like paparazzi all around us at the time. He's like, you gotta slow down but make it look like you're not slowing down.
Because he had to.
I don't want to look like I'm not gonna be able to finish this thing. And he was losing it, right? Like he was like me right now with the wings and the heat's starting to kick up. And he's like, and so we finish out the run, and then he was so upset over the fact that he got skunked on this run. That year, he decided to run the new.
Ashton recalled a day when Diddy came over to his house, and they decided to go for a run together. About halfway through, Diddy began struggling to keep up. But with paparazzi nearby, he refused to show any sign of weakness. Diddy told Ashton, "You've got to slow down, but make it look like you're not. You're not slowing down. I don't want to look like I can't finish this thing." Ashton laughed as he told the story, saying that Diddy was clearly struggling, but in true Diddy fashion, he wasn't about to let the cameras catch him in a vulnerable moment. This run must have been a tough one for Diddy because later that same year, he decided to train for and run the New York Marathon. You could feel the competitive energy between them, even in casual moments, and it was clear that their friendship was more than just another Hollywood connection. These two were constantly pushing each other in different ways, sometimes in front of the cameras, other times behind closed doors. However, Diddy's larger-than-life persona and wild antics have recently been overshadowed by more serious events. The rapper was arrested in New York on charges of racketeering and conspiracy. Although Diddy pleaded not guilty, he was denied bail, making the case even more high-profile.
Kutcher attended countless Diddy parties throughout his friendship with Diddy spanning nearly 2 decades. Diddy is currently awaiting trial at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center in New York City on charges of trafficking, racketeering or bad business practices, and transportation to engage in
The media and fans were already stunned by the allegations against Diddy, but as more details about his personal life emerged, people began questioning the nature of his friendship with Ashton. Old stories of their quirky bond started resurfacing, and fans began to wonder just how much Ashton knew about his friend's lifestyle. It wasn't just the lighthearted anecdotes about running or hanging out. Over the years, Ashton had been cryptic in interviews, hinting at wild parties and nights with Diddy that he couldn't fully reveal. In one instance, when asked to share stories about Diddy's legendary parties, Ashton hesitated and eventually said, "I can't tell that one. I'm cycling through them, but I really can't tell any of them." The way Ashton dodged the question only fueled more speculation. What was he really holding back? With Diddy's arrest, these unanswered questions have become even more pressing. People are revisiting Ashton's past interviews, wondering if his reluctance to talk about Diddy's parties was an indication that he knew something was off all along. And as the details of the case continue to unfold, the timing raises more questions, especially with Mila Kunis filing for divorce around the same time. This has led many to speculate that Ashton's connection to Diddy's darker side might have been more than just casual partying. Ashton's hesitation to discuss those parties now seems much more suspicious, and some believe Mila's discovery of tapes involving Ashton and Diddy could be the missing piece in the entire scandal.
Now, Ashton Kutcher partied a lot with Diddy in the early 2000s.
Now, here's where the situation takes a truly shocking turn. Talks have recently surfaced that Mila Kunis allegedly discovered tapes that might expose far more than just Ashton and Diddy's fun friendship. Rumors suggest that Mila stumbled upon footage from some of Diddy's infamous parties, which were known for getting out of control. According to sources, the tapes supposedly show Ashton in compromising situations with other men, something Mila never imagined her husband being involved in. The exact contents of the tapes haven't been publicly confirmed, but sources claim they reveal a side of Ashton that Mila could no longer ignore. Some even speculate that the tapes don't just show Ashton partying, but could also reveal his involvement in illegal activities, potentially linking him to the same controversial circles that have now entangled Diddy in a major scandal.
Locks on the doors. Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
So, can't tell that.
For Mila, discovering the tapes might have been the breaking point. Imagine being blindsided by something that completely shatters your perspective on the person you thought you knew. Mila had stood by Ashton through thick and thin, but these tapes revealed a side of him she could no longer support. For a long time, Ashton and Mila appeared to have one of the most stable relationships in Hollywood. They seemed to enjoy a solid marriage, until recently when the tapes allegedly surfaced. Mila was devastated. The couple had already endured intense public scrutiny following the Danny Masterson trial, where they faced backlash for writing letters of support for their convicted co-star. Mila stood by Ashton as they addressed the controversy in a public video, but many began to wonder if the strain was already starting to show. The discovery of the tapes felt like the final straw. After all, Mila had already weathered one major scandal with Ashton, but seeing her husband's ties to Diddy's wild lifestyle, especially at a time when Diddy was facing serious allegations, might have been too much for her to handle. It was around this time that Mila made the decision to file for divorce. Some sources suggest that her decision wasn't sudden. First, there was the Masterson scandal, which strained their relationship. Then, as Diddy's arrest made headlines, the resurfacing of Ashton's wild nights with Diddy added even more fuel to the fire. By that point, the feds had handed over the tapes to Mila, and she was done. She decided to call it quits. But the fallout from the tapes wasn't just limited to their marriage. Ashton's public image had already been taking a hit. The couple had barely recovered from the Masterson scandal, where they faced massive backlash for supporting their former co-star. The public was outraged, and many fans questioned how they could support someone convicted of such heinous crimes. Ashton, in particular, felt the pressure, especially since his work with an organization dedicated to fighting child exploitation suddenly seemed hypocritical in the wake of the Masterson case. Critics quickly pointed out that his public support of a convicted criminal didn't align with his advocacy work. It wasn't long after the backlash that Ashton resigned from his role as chairman of Thorn, an organization he helped create. While he claimed it was for the benefit of the organization, many believed it was also about protecting his own image from further damage.
Support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
With two back-to-back scandals, Ashton's reputation has taken a serious blow, and it remains uncertain whether he will be able to recover from this. Meanwhile, Mila made her move, filing for divorce. It seems like her way of distancing herself from the chaos and protecting her own image before it deteriorated further. With so much uncertainty surrounding Ashton's involvement in both the Masterson case and Diddy's recent scandal, it's no surprise she decided it was time to walk away.